Once a king lived whose daughter was very beautiful. But she was also very proud and very mean. She thought no man was good enough to marry her. She liked to make fun of every boy who came to see her.
Listen closely. They are all fools, especially him.
She hurt their feelings with mean words and hard laughter. The king grew tired of her nasty ways. He planned a big party and invited all the young men from all the nearby lands.
By royal decree, the northern armies have been routed.
Kings, princes, and rich men. He made them stand in a line so she could look at them. The princess walked past them, giving a bad name to each one. One man she called the fat wine barrel.
Does your tailor charge extra for all the fabric required to cover that magnificent belly?
Another she called too tall and empty.
Are you quite finished growing? Because I am quite finished looking
A
up.
third looked pale as a ghost.
Monster, stay back! The very thought of your touch makes my skin crawl.
And a fourth was red like a boiled crab.
You absolute oaf! Look at you sweating! Disgusting!
Her worst joke was for a handsome young king whose chin was shaped a little
My
strange.
apologies, Your Majesty. I was merely admiring your tapestry. Look! His chin is like a thrushbird's beak.
After that day, everyone called the kind King Thrushbeard. The princess's father, the king, was so angry that she had made fun of all the finest men. He made a strong
She shall
promise.
marry the very first poor beggar who came to the palace door.
His daughter would marry the very first poor beggar who came to the palace door. A few days later, a man who played the fiddle came by. His clothes were dirty and ripped. He sang a song, asking for money. The king had him brought inside right away. When the poor man finished his song, the king told him,
Your song pleases me. I will give you my daughter to be your wife.
No,
The princess screamed,
not
crying
a beggar.
and begging.
Please! I beg you!
I promised you would marry the first beggar, and I will keep my word.
Scared to marry a beggar. But the king stood firm. Her crying did nothing. A priest was called, and she had to marry the beggar right then. After the wedding, the king ordered,
You are a beggar's wife now. You cannot stay here. You must go away with your husband.
The beggar took her hand, and they walked away on the road. As they walked, they passed a beautiful, large forest. The princess asked her new
Who
husband,
owns this wonderful forest?
It belongs to King Thrushbeard. If you had married him, it would all be yours.
Oh, I am so unhappy. I wish I had married King Thrushbeard.
Next, they walked past a huge green field. Again, she asked,
Whose field is this beautiful land?
It is King Thrushbeard's, and it could have been yours.
I was a foolish girl. I wish I had married that good King Thrushbeard.
Last, they saw a big, rich town. She asked,
Whose beautiful town is this?
and he said, It is King Thrushbeard's, and could have been yours. She cried in real pain.
I made fun of him. If only I had married King Thrushbeard.
At last, they came to his home, a tiny, old, terrible hut deep in the woods. There was nothing nice inside, no maids and no warm beds. The proud princess did not know how to start a fire or cook even the easiest meal. Her husband had to teach her everything.
Gently now. You have to give it air right at the base so the wood catches properly.
Wife,
He said
we must eat. You must work.
he bought wood sticks and told her to make
I
baskets.
can't. They just keep snapping. This wood is too rough.
But the rough wood cut her soft hands, and she gave up, crying. Next, he gave her thread and told her to spin. But the rough thread cut her gentle
can't do it.
fingers until
I just
they
mess
bled,
everything up.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
her husband said.
You cannot do real work. I will try selling dishes. You must sit in the market and sell the pots.
Oh, the shame. What if someone sees me?
The princess cried, feeling great shame. She was afraid people from her father's court would see her selling pots like a poor lady. But she had to do it. She sat at the market corner, and people bought her pots, sometimes just to be kind. She brought the small money home. Then her husband bought her a new set of pots to sell. As she sat in the market, a man on a fast, drunken horse rode right through the crowd and smashed all her pots into tiny bits. She sat and cried hard, scared of her husband's anger and that they had lost everything.
Now all is gone. We have nothing left.
The beggar pretended to be very mad. He said,
That job is no good.
I found you a job as a kitchen maid in the king's castle next door.
the king's daughter was forced to become a servant. She had to clean and work for the cook.
I said harder, faster.
She began to sew little bags into her clothes to hide kitchen scraps and leftover food, which was all they had to eat. Then, the oldest son of that castle's king had his wedding party. The princess, wearing her dirty maid clothes, stood by the hall door, watching the rich guests dance. She thought about her old life and felt very sorry for the pride that made her poor. Suddenly, the king's son saw her. He grabbed her hand
please.
and asked her to dance.
I cannot dance.
She refused, scared, because when she looked closely, she knew him. It was King Thrushbeard, the man she had mocked.
You must.
He pulled her into
There
the
is no
hall,
time.
but when he did, the strings on her pockets broke. The hidden food scraps fell out and scattered over the floor. Everyone laughed out loud. Full of shame, she tried to run away fast. But on the stairs, a man caught her arm. It was King Thrushbeard, and he smiled kindly. He said,
Stop. Do not run away.
I am King Thrushbeard, and I was also the beggar who lived with you in the hut.
I was very wrong. I do not deserve to be your wife.
The hard days are finished. Now we will have our real wedding.
helpers came and dressed her in the most beautiful clothes. Her father, the king, arrived with his court, and they all celebrated the wedding of King Thrushbeard and the princess.
Your love is a beacon of hope for the kingdom, a bond forged in joy and respect.
And the princess, who had finally learned to be kind and humble.